Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. And today we're going to be talking about eggs. Yes, and we're going to be covering several questions. The questions will be, are eggs healthy for dogs? Is it better to feed eggs raw or cooked? How often should you feed them to your dog? And can you feed your dog eggshells? And we're going to add a recipe for eggshell powder. And then in the end, we're going to get to see Rancho choose between a raw egg and a boiled egg. So stick around till the end to see which one he prefers. All right, so before we start, I just want to say that all the information I'm going to be sharing here is from articles backed by science or from a book I have on canine nutrition. I'm going to link all my sources in the description if you are interested. All right. So let's dive in. The first question is, are eggs healthy for your dog? And here the answer is quite clear. Yes, they are. Egg protein has one of the highest biological values of common protein sources. Eggs are full of amino acids, essential fatty acids. They're also a great source of vitamin A, D, B vitamins. Also some minerals like selenium or iron. Also, they're a rich source of biotin, and biotin is good for your dog's skin, coat, and nails. But here there is one problem. Egg whites contain an anti-nutrient. It's actually a compound called avidin, which binds with biotin and it makes it unavailable for absorption. The good thing here is that you can get rid of avidin by cooking the egg white, and it will destroy avidin and it will allow the biotin in the egg white to be used. However, biotin deficiencies are not generally a problem, even when you feed raw eggs, because the egg yolk is very rich in biotin, and you would have to feed mostly egg whites to induce biotin deficiency. If you're interested, signs of biotin deficiency are scaly skin, rash, loss of hair, brittle hair, and also high blood cholesterol. So if your dog is experiencing any of these symptoms and you are feeding raw eggs, then maybe you should change this. There are other foods that are rich in biotin, like liver, milk, legumes, or nuts. However, there is one more problem with raw eggs, and it's the fact that egg whites also contain another anti-nutrient. Well, this is actually a group of proteins that work as trypsin inhibitors, which means they block the absorption of trypsin in your dog's intestines. And you may be asking, why do dogs need trypsin? Well, trypsin is an enzyme that is necessary for digestion. It also removes dead skin cells and allows healthy tissue to grow, so it's very important. Research shows that by feeding a dog as little as 2 to 3 raw egg whites in one meal can inhibit trypsin to the point of causing chronic diarrhea in dogs and malabsorption of many nutrients. But again, you can get rid of these anti-nutrients by cooking the egg whites. So it brings us to another question, which is it better to feed raw eggs or cooked eggs? Well, according to research, it's definitely better to cook the egg whites before feeding them to your dog. However, you may have seen us feed Rancho raw eggs here on this channel. So why do we do that, knowing all this information? Are we trying to hurt him? Well, no, we're not. It's mostly out of convenience. Sometimes I cook the eggs, sometimes I don't. It depends on how much time I have. And also because we always feed eggs whole with the yolk, so I don't need to worry about biotin deficiency. I know that his coat and skin look good, and he eats plenty of other sources of biotin. And also, I know that eggs don't give him diarrhea, so I don't worry about trypsin deficiency either. And another reason is that we always feed eggs in moderation. Rancho gets maybe 1 to 2 eggs a week. Which brings us to another point that I wanted to cover, and it's how many eggs should I feed my dog? Well, here there is a general guideline, and it is to limit eggs to 1 to 2 eggs a week for a medium or a large dog. So this level shouldn't result in any dietary imbalance. If you want to ensure that you're giving your dog the best quality nutrition, it's always better to cook the egg white. But at the same time, if you give your dog a raw egg every now and then, it's not a problem at all. And if you see that raw eggs give your dog diarrhea or that the condition of their coat gets worse, you should think about cooking the eggs for your dog. Now to the next question, can I feed my dog eggshells? And the answer is yes. You can just crush the eggshells and add them to your dog's meal, but that way they won't be able to digest them fully. So if you want to make them as digestible as possible, you can make your own eggshell powder at home. What you need to do is to bake your eggshells first, and then you grind them into a fine powder, and then you just add it to your dog's meals. But here you need to be careful with the dosage, as they're very, very rich in calcium. And if you're already feeding bones, you should use just a little bit here and there. For example, just 4 grams of eggshell powder cover Rancho's recommended daily dose of calcium. In the description, I'll put a link to a video by Robert Cabral with an eggshell powder recipe. And now finally, Rancho can show us if he agrees with all the scientific research on eggs. Will he choose a raw egg or a boiled egg? Let's see. Okay, so yeah, so it's quite clear. Rancho definitely prefers boiled eggs, so he proved science right. Okay, so this will be all from us for today. If you have any questions, just ask them in the comments. Tell us if your dog likes eggs, if you feed eggs raw or if you feed them cooked. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.